What led to my diagnosis, I was 44 spring of 2016, and I was managing over at the Blue Monkey restaurant, bartending and managing, and I was noticed that I was having trouble eating. Foods would seem to get caught in my throat. I've got stage 4 esophageal cancer that's spread to some parts of my bones in my hip, in my pelvis. But the main thing was it felt like there were little hooks in my throat, food just getting snagged, getting caught on it. And then I would have to throw that back up just to clear my throat and whatnot. And that kept getting worse and worse until May of 2016. I finally went to to go see the gastroenterologist, and they did a endoscopy and told me that I had a tumor in my throat. That led to my first chemo, which was in July, and I had 6 pretty tough rounds all the way until October 18th. And then we took a break. I've got a PET scan on November 8th that said that things had been looking good. They weren't gone. I wasn't in remission. But that the chemo was working, and the tumor had reduced in size. So they gave me 3 months off to have the holidays off of chemo and whatnot. And then back in February, the symptoms came back. I was having trouble eating, which meant the tumor had grown back, which, like they said it would. They weren't, the good thing about oncologists is they don't try to flower things up. They pretty much tell you, the worst case scenario. So it came back, and so we started another round of chemo in February, late February, that went through till about a month ago. And it worked for the most part. Towards the end, the tumors started fighting through chemo, and so we stopped that, and we're looking to do some more radical things, I guess, from here forward, up at Vanderbilt Cancer Center and Sarah Cannon Center in Nashville also. The toughest parts of the treatments, I guess the chemo. That's probably going to be what everybody answers. The side effects for me, I think I got lucky because my side effects were neuropathy in my hands, which is neuropathy is the lack of blood flow to the extremities, your hands and your feet. And for me, I couldn't drink anything cold because it happened in my throat, and I couldn't touch anything cold, which happened in my hands, obviously, which kind of stunk. Being a bartender, I had to pretty much quit that and just go to managing because I couldn't touch anything cold. And so the toughest thing, is probably that. But like I said, I didn't have any nausea really. I didn't lose my appetite. I had, not to try and sell it as this great thing, but my chemo was pretty good. And then my second round, the one that happened this spring, they spread them out into, instead of 1 every 3 weeks, they did 3 in a row, then off a week. And so I didn't have many side effects to that at all. But that's to say, fatigue, sleeping for 2 days after a chemo, aches and pains and whatnot. The neuropathy and the fatigue, probably the worst for me. What made me easy to fight through it. I've got a 9-year-old niece named Autumn who I'd like to see, live to be 60 years old, which I'll be 95. So that's all the inspiration I need is thinking, the more I fight, the more I get to see her. So that's my inspiration.